it's Tina. Oh my god, I'm so excited to make this video today. This is the moment that everyone's been waiting for. Okay, this is the moment I've been waiting for because I could talk about this guy all day long if you let me. So today I'm gonna finally do my Chris Brown Q&A. All right, so I guess I'll just dig right in. So thank you guys for asking the questions. I got a ton of questions, and as soon as I posted that I was gonna do this, and they're actually really good questions. And there's also questions that people ask me all the time. So I'm glad to finally just answer it for the last time. And if anyone asks me, I'm gonna be like, click the link in my bio. All right, so let's get started. By the way, they're in no particular order. I was just writing them down as I got them. So let's see. What made you start loving him? So I remember 2005, of course. I saw him, I want to say it was on like 106 in Park or something. It was like the new joint of the day, we'll say, and it was for Run It, of course. So once I saw it, I remember telling my mother and my brother, I'm like, oh my god, he's so cute. I love him. I love this song. And you know what? I remember my mother and my brother said that he was going to be a one-hit wonder. Stupid. But yeah, I remember they said he was going to be a one-hit wonder. And I'm like, what? This is Chris Brown we're talking about. Like, he's going to be big. So yeah, ever since then, I was like obsessed. And 2005, I was 12. So I was at like the peak of my obsession. I'm like, he's everything. So yeah, I don't know, just his talent, of course. When did you first see him in concert? This is a story to tell. The first time I saw him in concert was in 2007. And it was at the Today Show in New York. So anyone who's ever been there or knows about it, it's something that you don't need tickets for. It's basically like you wait outside and first come, first serve kind of thing. I was too young for my mother to let me go by myself. So my brother went with me. And my brother is 9 years older than me. So imagine him, like, grown-ass man out there with a bunch of young girls going crazy over Chris Brown. Not to mention, we were one of the first people there, and we literally stood overnight. Not at like a hotel or anything. We literally stood overnight on the floor, like on the sidewalks of New York. It was ridiculous. And I went with my friend Tasia. Oh my god. But it was amazing. And I remember that day, he ran out into the audience. So of course I went to touch him, and his security guard was like hitting everybody's hands. I hope I can find a video so I can post it here, but they were hitting everyone's hands, and I had this bruise on my hand for like 2 weeks. I swear to you, it was ridiculous, but that was an amazing time. And yeah. When was my first time meeting him? So my first time meeting him, I want to say was in 2015, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was 2015. It was in New York at the Barclays Center, actually. And it was definitely a day to remember, but it was February, I want to say 2015. I'm going to get into more detail of it later, so I'm just going to leave it at that. What was my first experience like? It was such a roller coaster of emotions. It was crazy because it almost didn't happen. So it was so sad. But then it happened, and of course I was on cloud 9. But another question was I nervous, scared? I was all of it. But I was more excited than anything. So I didn't let the nerves get to me, and I definitely spoke up. I was not going to be quiet and shy. I waited how many years for that? Like 10 years for that. I was not about to be shy. What was he like? So every single time that I met Chris, he was super duper friendly. He was really friendly. He was nice. And he had that personality that everyone who never meets him and just like looks at his videos and stuff, that bubbly personality that you see that he showcases in movies or whatever the case is, that is who he is in person. Like, he's still funny, he's still bubbly and nice. He's amazing. What did he smell like? Can I tell you guys, I have been asked this question literally like 100 times, and I'm not even being dramatic. When I first met him, literally my comments were flooded. Like, what did he smell like? What did he smell like? I'm like, what's wrong with you girls? But he smelled like whatever type of cologne he wears, he smelled really good. But he also smelled like whatever he was drinking. So it's like a little bit of cologne, a little bit of Hennessy, whatever he was drinking. But overall, he smelled really good, and you would not know that a half hour before he was performing like crazy. Which moment would you relive? I have so many moments that I would love to relive, but I would say my favorite of all was, of course, when I got him the necklace. That was the best day ever because he followed me, shouted me out for the necklace. It was just absolutely amazing. So if I can go back in time, that would be the time that I relive. My favorite Chris Brown song. This is so hard because there's so many. I'm trying to think. I don't know why, but when Strip comes on, it like unleashes this other person and I just go crazy. So I love Strip. My favorite song that he's featured on is the Kidding song Show Me. That unleashes something else in me as well. But yeah, I'd say it's one of those two, and then there's a bunch more that I love. Um what made me tattoo his face? I don't know. Let me stop. I don't know. So all of my tattoos that I have on my body mean a lot to me, and I got them because they mean a lot to me. So basically how people get like Marilyn Monroe tatted and Bob Marley tatted, like people get people tattooed on them that mean a lot to them and inspire them. So that's why I got him. Um he's my favorite singer, dancer, actor, everything. Yeah, I would just say that's what made me do that. But when I did it, I didn't regret it at all. And then he posted it. I was so excited. But so many people were saying that it looked like Kanye and all these other random people, and I'm like so yeah. But I would just say it's, as I said, everything that's on my body, it means something to me, and so does he. So yeah. Now I'm gonna address this for the last time. So many people have asked me this, and I have explained this so many times, but I'm gonna do it for the last time. Why did Chris block me? Let's get into it. So the day he blocked me, it was in April of, I don't even remember the year. It was in April, and just kidding, it was April 2017. I know the year. And it was around my best friend's birthday. And ironically, that night we were actually going to see him in concert. So the night before, I saw him and I had front row seats. Now the stage, and I'm gonna post a picture, the stage was so tall that literally sitting in the front, you can't see anything, nothing. But they did have like a TV screen so you can see on the TV. So basically, with that being said, I went on Instagram and I spoke my opinion about it, and I would guess he wasn't happy about it. But basically, I was just like, listen, if you have front row seats to the concert, you're not gonna see anything. Just so you guys know. Um, so yeah, something so simple. But yeah, as I said, the stage was super tall. I wasn't saying anything negative. Like, luckily, the people moved our seats so we were able to see it. And then, as I said, the next day, me and my best friend were going to see him again for her birthday. So I went to go on Instagram because usually when he has shows, he like posts like, oh, Connecticut or wherever it is that he's gonna be. So I was like, let me go look and see. Like, he hasn't posted anything today. So I go and it was like no posts. So I was like, Heather, I'm not going. Like, I can't go see him. He blocked me. But she's like, listen, it's my birthday. Please, please, please. So I'm like, okay. So the whole night I was literally so upset. I'm just looking like, this man blocked me. But yeah, so that's why he did it. For a while I was so mad. I was like, let me take all my posters down. So yeah, I went to the concert for my best friend. It was an amazing show. I had better seats, so I could actually kind of see without looking on the screen. But yeah, overall, I was super upset about him blocking me. Um, I got over it. Right before that happened, I found out I was pregnant. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe this is happening so that I'll like let my obsession go a little bit and stop spending all my money on him. So I'm looking at it as a positive thing. But recently I saw him again, and when he saw me, he reacted like he knew who I was and like he didn't hate me. So I'm like, oh, we lit. He doesn't hate me. So I completely got over the fact that he blocked me. I'm like, whatever. I'm gonna make my new Instagram and I'm gonna start looking at your posts again, and you're not gonna stop me. So yeah, that's that story. Somebody asked me why EJ doesn't work for Chris anymore. And honestly, that's news to me. I literally didn't even know that. So I don't know. How many times have I saw him? Honestly, I stopped counting a long time ago because so I met him 5 times. Aside from that, I probably saw him literally like 30 to 40 times at pool parties, casinos, like 106 in Park, so many different things. I saw him so many times. Most memorable meet and greet. So as I said earlier, I'd say the one where I gave them the necklace. That's the moment I would relive, and that's the most memorable for me. Um, but somebody asked for me to explain each meet and greet and like how it went and stuff. So here we go. All right, so the first time that I was supposed to meet him, there was a lot of stuff that was going on as far as like him being in jail and all of that depressing stuff. So they were talking about moving the tour because I want to say he was on probation or something like that. So basically, when I was originally supposed to meet him, like 3 days before the tour date, they said that it was gonna be postponed. So I was so upset. So the first time that I actually saw him, it was in February of 2014, I think. So I basically had 3 meet and greets, like 3 days in a row or something like that, because as y'all know, I'm crazy. I was that girl that traveled state to see him. So the first time I met him, as I said, was in New York at the Barclays Center. It was for the tour. I'm trying to think of the name of it. It was the one that I want to say Tyga was there. I forget who else was there, but basically Tyga was opening up and me and all the other people were waiting in line for the meet and greet. So basically, they said that the meet and greet wasn't gonna happen and that it was canceled while we're waiting in line. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, no, that's crazy. So there's people that's crying, like one of my friends was crying, and I'm there trying to be positive, like, nope, no. So basically, they were telling us to go back to our seats, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna stand here and I'm gonna wait for you to figure out a solution. So I literally did. I was standing there and I'm like, they're gonna figure something out. And basically Jake and Christine were in charge of everything. So I'm talking to them. I'm like, is there any way that this can happen? At this point, I'm missing Tyga's set. Not that I cared, but whatever. So basically all of a sudden they're like, it's gonna happen, let's go. So I called one of my friends because my friend Alexis went to her seat, and I'm like, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go, it's time. So we went down and they were like, listen, it's gonna be quick, blah blah blah. So I'm like, I don't care. Like, this is the moment I waited for since 2005. So basically they had us go down or whatever, and there's girls there was girls ahead of us, and the girls are coming out crying, and I'm like, oh my god, that's gonna be me, I'm gonna cry. So my friend Alexis went ahead of me. And oh my god, she went in the room before me, and all I heard was her like, oh my god, Tina, he's real, like, this is real. I was dying, but that, like, it loosened me up a little bit. I wasn't as nervous because she made me laugh. So then I just remember going in there and I was like, oh my god, you used to follow me on Twitter, you unfollowed me. He's like, oh, I unfollowed everybody, it wasn't just you, blah blah blah. So I was like, oh my god. He complimented my outfit. I'll obviously have a picture, but I had the same shirt as Christine on, so I was super excited. I met her too. But yeah, the first time I met him, I was super emotional because I waited forever. So then I held my emotions in, but once I left that room, I was bawling. So I was with, who was I with? I was with Destiny, Alexis. I want to say Courtney was there, and Jesse. I stood there with Jesse. But that was so amazing. That was an amazing experience. Then the next time I met him, I want to say it was in New Jersey. I don't know, it was either New Jersey or Massachusetts. It was one of the two. And when I met him the second time, it was my birthday. So when I went in, I told him it was my birthday. So I'm like, it's my birthday. We gotta like do some special type of pose. So he was like, all right, how about I kiss your cheek? So I'm like, okay. I just remember like I was about to die. So yeah, he did the picture. I That's my least favorite picture with him, and I don't know why. I was mad he gave me like this fake kiss on the cheek, but at the same time I'm like, our faces were touching. So yeah, but that was definitely an amazing experience as well. And then it was like the next day or something like that. I went to whichever other state it was, and then that's the meet and greet that I got tattooed, the one that's on my arm. So I was with Heather, and I forget who else was there, but yeah, I was with Heather and maybe Jesse. Yeah, Jesse. It was absolutely amazing. So I go in, and by then he knows who I am. So he knows that whenever I'm at a meet and greet, we're not doing no basic pose. Like, we're posing. We're thinking of it and we're gonna pose and look good. So he was like, oh, what are we gonna do this time? So I'm like, whatever you want, you choose. So that was when he came behind me, and yeah, he chose that pose. I was so excited, and that picture came out so cute. I remember that day, it was like a blizzard. The snow was so bad, and Christine was so thoughtful. She's like, do you guys have a place to stay? I'm like, girl. But yeah, everybody in his team is always so, so, so nice. And I'm thankful for that. The next time I met him, I want to say was the next year, and it was in August, I think. Um, it was so amazing both of those times. The fourth time that I met him was the time that I gave him the charm, the royalty charm. So Oh my God. That meet and greet, I was so nervous for because I had something for him. So I'm like, oh my God, I hope he likes it. So I remember showing it to him and he's like, oh, I saw this. And I'm like, where? So I didn't know if he saw it from like me posting it or if Kid Red showed him because I know I showed Kid Red for approval. But yeah, he told me he saw it and I was like, "Oh my God, do you like it?" So basically he told me he was like, "I love it. I'm going to wear it. I'm going to put it on right after this. I'm going to post it." And I'm like, "Tag me." So he was like, "Okay, write down your Instagram name." So I'm like, he has to be lying. Like there's no way he's really going to follow me and shout me out. So then I go home later that day and I'm not going to sleep. It was like maybe 2 in the morning and I got a notification, Chris Brown official tagged you in a post. And I'm like, is this fake? I'm thinking it's like a fan page and you know when them fan pages follow you and it's like Chris Brown official, but it has two eyes somewhere and it like makes your heart beat fast real quick. I clicked it and I'm like, this is real. So then after that, my followers were going up and going up. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. But that was such an amazing experience. And that was the same day that I met Kid Red. And I know everybody hates him, but I love him. So that was definitely amazing for me as well.
Do that. I think I got that. You're good. Go ahead. Yeah, ready. Go. Hug her again. Kiss on the cheek. No, you guys are supposed to run to the I feel all positive.
I had to come do it. Come on, let's take a picture.
And the last time I met him was like the next day or a couple days later, and it was in Massachusetts. And I went with my best friend Heather. And Kiara was there too. I'm trying to think who else was there. I think Destiny. But all of my Team Breezy girls were there. So yeah, that I love that picture of us too. He chose that pose too. I'm like, you want me to turn around? Because no, but as I said, once the first couple times happened, he definitely knew who I was. And then at the fourth meet and greet, I told him I was like, "Oh, I'll see you in a couple days." So he knew that I was gonna be there. But that was the day that he wrote. I told him I was like, "I'm gonna tattoo your signature, so write it on my body." I'm actually surprised that it took me so long to do that, but he wrote it and he like took his time with it. It wasn't like his regular signature. He was like, "Let me." So he like drew it out all nice, and then yeah, I tattooed it. So there it goes. So yeah, overall, all of the experiences were amazing. I know a lot of people always say that like it was so quick or it wasn't how they expected, that it seemed rushed. But my advice to anyone who's ever gonna meet him in the future is you make it worth it. So there's people that go in and they're shy and they're quiet and they just go in, get a quick hug, take a picture, and go. But me, that's not what I do. I go in there and I'm bubbly and I start conversation. So that would be my only advice is just don't let it be rushed. Take your time, bring something up, like say something to him to get him to talk to you and do something memorable. So yeah, that would be my advice. All right, and then last but not least, someone wanted me to explain all of my Chris related tattoos. So I'm not gonna physically show them, I'm gonna post a picture of all of them. But as I said, I have his signature tattooed. Aside from that, I have the fame tattoo on my inner arm like he has. That one was so painful. You wouldn't expect it to be because it's on like that soft part of your body, but boy, that hurt. What else? My very, very, very first tattoo was the stars behind my ear. So, story time. When I went to go get that tattoo, I showed them a picture of Chris Brown's tattoo. So I'm like, this is exactly what I want, and that's where I want it. So he's like, okay, I got you. So he didn't show it to me before he started doing the tattoo. So when it was done, I'm like, that doesn't look how I wanted it to. So I was pissed. It's like, it's on my body, but my intention was to have the exact stars going the exact same way. I was pissed. But yeah, so that was my first tattoo ever. And then what else do I have? His face, of course. Everyone knows that. And I think that's it. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, those are my tattoos. Um, and that was all of my questions. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Something I wanted to say before I end the video, being Team Breezy is different. Like, people make fun of me because I'm like, oh, I have friends that are like Chris Brown fans. People are like, what's wrong with you? Like, you have these social media friends. But not a lot of people realize that my absolute best friend Heather is literally from me being a Chris Brown fan. Like, me and Heather met through Twitter. And then we met at one of as I said, going to the pool party things. We met at the casino for Liquid Sunday. Like, my best friend, two of them actually, are from me supporting Chris Brown. So it's like, when you're Team Breezy, or even if it's not even Chris Brown related, when you have something in common with someone else, you guys get this bond because you love something that some of the people don't understand. So it's like, I got super close to my group of girls because we share that connection to loving Chris, and then we grew a friendship. So I wanted to shout out some of my amazing Team Breezy friends. Of course, Heather. I don't want to forget anybody, so if I forget you, I'm so sorry, but I love you guys so, so, so much. So Heather, Kiara, Destiny, Mo, who else? Kathy, I love you so much. I don't want to forget anybody. Courtney, I don't know her actual name. I can't think of it, but her Facebook name is Breezy Love. I love her so, so, so much. Alexis, I love you so much. So all of my Team Breezy friends, I love you guys so, so, so much. You guys, it's beyond just the Chris Brown stuff. You guys talk to me consistently, even if it's not related to him. So I love you all so much. And anybody else I didn't name, even if you just follow me, I love you guys. You guys were there when he blocked me, and I appreciate you for loving me. No, but seriously though, thank you guys for watching. Give this a thumbs up. If you're Team Breezy, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like it. Comment if there's anything else that you want me to answer. I'll comment below and answer for you. And yeah, subscribe, please, please, please. And I love you all. Thank you for watching. Bye.